Algebra 1, number 5.4b, we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing scientific notation. And using the properties or rules of exponents, we can multiply or divide numbers that are written in scientific notation. The product rule says that we can add exponents when we multiply like bases, and the quotient rule says that we can subtract exponents when we divide like bases. Commutative property of multiplication allows us to rearrange the factors, and the associative property of multiplication allows us to regroup the factors. So we can use those. So when we multiply scientific notation, we pull the multipliers away from the powers of 10. We take the 7 and the 2 and we multiply them. That's a 14. Then we group the 10 to the fourth power and the 10 to the second power together with associative property, and 10 to the 4 plus 2, because remember we add them because the product rule says we can add them, we get 14 times 10 to the 6th power. But is this correct? Or would it really be 1.4 times 10 to the 7th power? Because we can't have a number larger than 10 there, can we? It has to have one digit in front of the decimal point. So this would actually be 1.4 times 10 to the 7th power. See? We had to put a decimal point there. And we can simplify this by just moving the decimal point. So if it's at 1.4 and it's to the 7th power, we're going to move it 7 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll rewrite it as 14 million. See? So now it's simplified. We can stack the numbers to multiply them too. If we've got 3.2 times 10 to the 3rd power, and we're multiplying it to 2.4 times 10 to the 2nd power, we pull the multipliers away, the 3.2 and the 2.4, and we can actually stack them to multiply them. We get 7.68. There's 2 hops in the equation. See? 1, 2. So there's 2 hops in the product, so we got 7.68. We've got one digit in front of the decimal point, so it's fine. We add the exponents, 3 plus 2, and get a 5. So we've got 7.68 times 10 to the 5th power. And we can simplify it by moving our decimal point 5 spots, because it's an exponent of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 768,000. See? Now when we divide, we do the same thing. Pretty much we separate the multipliers from the powers of 10. So we have 6.9 divided by 3. Now it's got the 0.0 there, but we really don't need that, do we? It could just be divided by 3. And do a little long division down here. 3 goes into 6 2 times. We put our 6 down, we get nothing. Now it's the 9's turn to come down. 3 goes into 9 3 times. We move our decimal point straight up. We got 2.3. Now, because of the quotient rule, we could subtract these exponents, can't we? So we've got 2.3 times 10 to the 4 minus 8. 4 minus 8 puts us into the negatives with a negative 4. Now we can simplify it. We got 2.3 times 1 over 10 to the 4th. Because remember, when we see a negative exponent, we think fraction. 2 to the negative 3rd is 1 over 2 to the positive 3rd. So now we've got, because of this negative 4, we've got 1 over 10 to the 4th. It's positive. And 10 to the 4th power is 10,000. So really, it's 2.3 times 1/10,000th. So this is going to move the decimal far to the left, making 2.3 very small. So we're going to go 4 times because the exponent is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 hops. That puts the decimal place right there. So we've got 0.00023 as our simplified answer. Okay? Now, be careful of zero exponents. Remember the zero exponent rule. The zero exponents make the base number equal to 1. So if we've got 4 times 10 to the 3rd power over 2 times 10 to the 3rd power, you can look at it 2 different ways. You can look at it as 4 divided by 2, and then the 3, take away 3 is a 0. So we've got 2 times 10 to the 0 power, which is 2 times 1, right? Which is a 2. Or we can also look at it as these canceled each other out. Because this numerator and denominator are the same, they canceled each other out, so we just got 4 over 2, which is a 2. See, it was a quickie way of doing it, all right? And really be careful where you put your decimal point. This is a story from the Time magazine, May 2014. The overweight sub that cost billions. After Spain invested $2.7 billion in a program for diesel-electric submarines, it was discovered last year that the first one, weighing 2,200 tons, was 70 tons overweight and would probably sink if went out to sea. The error occurred because a decimal point was put in the wrong place. My gosh, it's going to sink, and all the money that was put into that just because of a decimal point. So remember that grade 8 math has a lot of Algebra 1 in it, and all of these videos, there'll be a link in the description of this video, and check it out, the description, and you'll see these links. They're all in scientific notation, from adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, all of it, okay? Switching them from standard to scientific notation, all right? So that's all in there. Now what we're going to do in 5.4c is we're actually going to do some word problems for scientific notation. So you'll see how to change the words into scientific notation equations, okay? I'll see you there. Bye.